Welcome back to Sitting in the Basement. I'm Lou, and hey guys. Been a little while, huh? It's been about 2 years since the last actual Sit B video, and about 4 to 5 months since the last upload. Well, I'm back to fill you in on what's happened while the channel's been dormant, why it's been dormant, and the future of Sitting in the Basement as a channel. So first things first, channel's not dead. I mean, it's just been dormant for a really long time. I've been focused on a lot of real life stuff and some other projects that I'll be getting to later. Essentially, the main reason the channel's been dead is that I've been at college. The channel started back in 2018 with myself, my friend the Colonel, and my, at the time, roommate, Statesboy. After the first semester, Statesboy moved on to bigger and better things, and so the Colonel and I, which had sort of been the plan before we got to the school, decided to keep running the channel as just the two of us. At the time, I was the one organizing the times to record. I was the one setting up the programs and picking what games we played. And then I was also the one editing the videos and making most of the thumbnails. The Colonel did make the first thumbnail for Night Trap, and he did edit Disneyland, the Kinect Disneyland game, which is probably one of the best videos on the channel. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. But as you can imagine, doing all that work myself was a little exhausting, to say the least. With that, and additionally, I also, of course, was doing schoolwork, and it was the first year out and about doing things. It got to be a lot. So from there, we moved on to sophomore year of college. The Colonel didn't decide to come back to the same school, which is perfectly fine, obviously. So that limited the number of times we could record. Luckily, we could still hang out outside of school because we'd been friends for a few years before we started attending college. But it made it a little more difficult. So I decided that I would start doing more projects that were just myself. And then the Colonel would join me when he could. That was the plan with Luigis Mansion 3, which is the last gameplay we ever uploaded. I planned on that game being the first one that I fully played through on the channel. But clearly that didn't happen. But that's because of some technical problems. The capture device I used to use, and I guess technically still use, but my old capture device was a really cheapo one that I got senior year of high school because I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't have a whole lot of money at the time. It was unreliable, had a lot of problems. There were multiple videos that we had recorded that never got to see the light of day because they just didn't work out. They didn't come out properly. They had issues. So that's what happens with Luigis Mansion. Every episode, the video recorded at a different frames per second FPS than the audio, which was a huge problem. If you go back and watch those videos, you'll see that amount of editing that went into that. It should have taken maybe 30 to 40 minutes tops to edit those videos. I was just going to put the audio and video together, throw in a few funny edited gags, and that would be it. With this, what should have taken 30 to 40 minutes, each episode took at least an hour to 2 hours to edit because I would have to go in and make sure that the audio and video lined up at certain points, and they would line up at one point but not at another point, so I would then have to speed up the video or slow down the video to make it match up with the audio as best I could. This, coupled with the fact that at the same point in time, this was when COPPA was first becoming a thing, and it was looming over the heads of everyone on YouTube, which already made me worried about the future. That, combined with the Colonel and I not being able to record as frequently, combined with the audio and video issues that came along with Luigis Mansion, really made me wonder what to do, so I decided I would wait until more was figured out about COPPA, and then I would decide what to do with the channel from there. Then we entered 2020, the year that everything started to fall apart for everybody. The channel sat unused most of that year. The second half of the year was my junior year, but I was a semester ahead credits-wise, so I was doing senior project stuff. I went to an art school, so senior year you create thesis work and you put on a whole show at the end of the year. I decided to focus on the game that my friends and I have been developing, which is what this stuff behind me is part of, but sort of part of. I'll get to that later. It's called Uncle Fungeon's Magic Dungeon. It's a tabletop card-based role-playing game. The YouTube channel of which I'll actually link down below. That's what I've been working on other than this channel. That channel only has, I think, 2 videos up right now. It should be, the first video is a long play, cut down thing of us playing the game on Tabletop Simulator. And the second video is an explanation of the world map of the canon world of Uncle Fungeon's. On that channel, I'm going to be working on stuff revolving around that game, as well as stuff revolving around the stories we've already told that we've been playtesting the game for the past 6 years now? 4 years. I can do math. It's also very late, so I'm really tired. That year I had probably the worst dorm setup you could imagine, with 3 other people sharing one room. Four guys to one medium-sized room. It was uncomfortable. And only one of them was a person I became friends with, so that's fun. Then we enter my senior year. At this point, I've only got 1 semester left because of credits, and so I spent most of that time working on school stuff and working at an actual job, obviously. That year I commuted, so I had no free time whatsoever to devote to the channel. Now here we are in 2022, about halfway through almost. I'm done with college. I'll be graduating in under a month, I think like 30 days. I don't know. I'll be graduating soon, and currently I'm working at an Amazon warehouse. I work night shift, so it's pretty tiresome. But I want this channel to come back to life. And maybe get a full overhaul, full rebrand, might even change the name of the channel. Still debating on that. Depends on where I fully want to go. I came up with an idea for a new series, actually almost a year ago now. And I have the first video's pre-production fully finished. I wrote the script, I recorded the gameplay of an entire video game that I plan to talk about, and that was also the last footage I'll ever record on the old capture device. I've acquired a new one. That's an actual Elgato, so hopefully it works well. But I've yet to record the script and make the actual video due to just sheer exhaustion. And that's where we are now. The channel still sits dormant, but I hope to wake it up soon. That video idea I just talked about is very much so still alive. And I'm hopefully going to find a new job with better hours that will allow me to work on the channel. I do apologize for disappearing so long, but know that I will be getting back to sitting in the basement soon. Hopefully. Actually, just this last week we recorded a video that I'm going to be editing probably tomorrow, if not then this weekend, and hopefully putting up next week, sometime after this video goes up. Hopefully you guys enjoy that video. It's a new format we've never done before that I'm actually, it's pretty entertaining. It has the Colonel in it. It also has Mallory, if you remember her from the We Happy Few videos from forever ago. But yeah, no, the channel is coming back, and I hope it's going to be soon. So now I think we should make a callback to the first time you saw this mug on the screen, which was a little different. But that's not fair. I had to shave my facial hair for the Luigi's costume. I had this facial hair back then. It just was not in the video. Watch that video if you haven't, by the way. That was a good video. So, to make a callback to that video, I think it's time we open some Fortnite trading cards. If you're still watching the video, thanks. I missed making videos. It's a lot of fun to come back to doing it. And what should I put up here when I take down this storyboard? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to see actual card openings of cards that matter, like Pokemon cards or I don't know, that's really the only cards that I would care to buy. But if you want me to buy like gimmicky cards like these, let me know. I'm down to do more content on the channel, and the more variety we can have, the more fun it'll be for me to make. So, yeah. look forward to that new video that'll be coming out probably a week after this one, if not a little earlier than a week after this one. And yeah, it's good to be back. I've missed making content, and I hope to continue bringing more content in numerous different forms. So be on the lookout for that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified of future uploads, all that good YouTube crap. And yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep because it is getting pretty late, and I will talk to you all in the future. Leedaloo, signing off.